All right, Shalom. Start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles at GMS who continue to teach and rule well, and peace and safety to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their life on the line to do so. I'm the brother Arak from the GMS Atlanta Church, with another lesson, Lord, willing to be edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And it's going to be a quick lesson, not to be too long-winded. And I basically want to go into the city, the cities of refuge spoken about in Numbers chapter 35. All right, because America, which is said to be based on biblical principles, and they stand on the Bible, they're said to be that is said to be their foundation, which we know is total BS. Okay, because everything that America stands for, is total opposite. All right, and I'm gonna go into these cities of refuge, man. All right, because matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and get into the lesson. This is Numbers 35 and verse 6. It says, "And among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge." Okay, and when you go into that word refuge, let's see what it says. Refuge, asylum, okay, which is like a place of safety, so to speak. Okay, and it says, "Which ye shall appoint for the manslayer," and the manslayer, is what is called in today's society someone that is guilty of manslaughter, okay, who commits a murder, accidentally or out of negligence, okay, because we know in today's society there is no place or city for refuge for a person convicted of manslaughter to go. All right, they'll just throw them in prison, man, for a minimum of 10 years. All right, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, man. Whatever, the judge seems or deems necessary, man. All right, which is totally contrary to the scriptures, in which this lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying, I'm going to prove through the Spirit. All right, it says, Salaki, that he may flee thither, and to them ye shall add 42 cities. So all the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 48. All right, so 42 cities and 6 cities of refuge, which adds up to 48 cities. Them shall ye give with their suburbs. Verse 8, "And the cities which ye shall give be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many, but from them that have few ye shall give few. Everyone shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance which he inherited." All right, and in the latter chapters, it goes into the dividing of the cities amongst the Israelites according to their tribes. Okay, and this is just going into how the Levite cities, were broken up and dispersed. Verse 9, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Spake unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come over Jordan unto the land of Canaan, then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person of unawares." Yeah, that's committing, an act of murder, accidentally or negligence. Okay, which we know in today's society, like I said earlier, is called manslaughter. What they do to people that commit manslaughter in America, they damn sure don't have a place of refuge that the person can flee to, as a place of safety or refuge. All right, they're in today's society, a person that commits an act of manslaughter is damn near looked at as a person that commits murder. Okay, because they get damn near the same sentence. Okay, 15, 20, 25 years, some even may get up to 30 years. Okay, I'm just speaking, broadly or general, I don't know, according to Esau's society, what the maximum amount of years a person can be given as manslaughter. But according to the scriptures, it's totally off regardless. Okay, it's supposed to be a certain place of safety or refuge that you can, appoint these certain individuals to that have committed, the act of manslaughter. But continuing on in the lesson, verse 12, and they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger. All right, and the avenger, goes into a person of the murdered or the person that's been killed, family. All right, who has the right to take it upon themselves to go out and actually get revenge on the person that committed the manslaughter, against their family member. Okay, it says that the manslayer die not until he stand before the congregation in judgment. All right, and this place of refuge keeps the slayer, Salakia, or the avenger, from actually going after that person. Okay, and it'll go into it and further explain. Verse 13, and of these cities which ye shall give 6 cities shall ye have for refuge. Ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge. Verse 15, these 6 cities shall be a refuge both from the children of Israel and from the strangers and from the sojourners among them, that everyone that killeth any persons unaware may flee to. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he may die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. And if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. All right, I'm gonna skip down a little bit for time's sake, and get straight to the point. Verse 26, but if the slayer shall at any time come without the borders of the city of his refuge, whither he was fled. So if the person that is back in this time, the person that was actually guilty or have committed the act of manslaughter, which is manslayer in the scriptures, if he came outside of those borders of the cities which were of refuge, that he was appointed to, if he came outside of those borders, okay, he was open game, all right, for the avenger. All right, there was no safety outside of those borders, okay, according to Numbers 35. Okay, and that's the way the Lord had it set up. All right, but like I said, in today's society, you getting thrown in the slammer, man. Ain't no place of refuge. But this place is so-called this place is based off biblical principles, man, which we know to be BS. All right, it says, but if the slayer shall at any time come without the borders of the city of his refuge, whither he was fled, and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood. So if he was caught outside the city, of the revenger, and he took revenge on that person that committed manslaughter, he himself would not be charged or be guilty of murder. All right, because that person came outside the borders of the city of refuge. Okay. Verse 28, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return unto the land of his possession. Okay, but we know that's not true. The only way a person in today's society in America could be free of his charges of manslaughter if he served out that sentence that was appointed to him by the judge, whether it be 10, 15, 20 years. Okay, verse 29, so these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generations in all your dwelling. All right, so it's not done away with. This is the same way in which, things should be based on in today's society. Verse 30, whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of the witnesses, but one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. And that's another way this place goes off. All you have to do is have one eyewitness, all right, and you're one eyewitness in today's society, and you're guilty, man. They're slamming the gavel on your ass. But the scriptures tell you there should be two or more witnesses, before judgment can be brought about. All right, and the mouth of two or more witnesses. Okay. And that's pretty much the point. And to further prove my point, let's go ahead and just do a simple Google search of manslaughter and see and let's see. Impaired driving, yada yada yada. Okay, it says separate offenses under the criminal code that carries a maximum punishment of 14 years in prison. Salaki, manslaughter carries no minimum sentence except when it is committed with a firearm, in which cases the minimum sentence is 4 years. Okay. Let's just see. I'm just gonna Google manslaughter and see if it brings up a couple of cases. Okay. The first one, it says Providence man pleads guilty to manslaughter in 2009 shooting, death of his girlfriend. Let's see what he got. Victor J. Ortiquilles, 30, pled guilty to manslaughter in the killing of an 18-year-old Diveles Coto. Superior Court Judge Robert D. Curse sentenced Arqueres to 30 years in prison with 19 to serve. So this man got sentenced to 30 years for manslaughter, okay? Which in the scriptures it says he's supposed to be appointed to a city of refuge, man. But this place is supposed to be based on biblical principles, all right? BS, man. Let's see if I can get another one, quick one. Another one. Let's see. Anybody convicted? All right. It says Norman Raja, 41, now faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 25 years and could spend his life in prison for the death of Corey Jones. Minimum of 25 for manslaughter. All right. Where's that place of refuge, America? You call yourself being based on biblical principles. All right. So pretty much, man, I've proven my point through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Lord, when this lesson was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukah Kodash, Shalom.